Welcome to this Let's Play where we are looking at the new campus DLC for Cities Skylines. And right at the end of the previous video, I took a pretty major meteor strike in the heart of my city. You can see here we've got a great big crater. It goes with the crater that we got down here. And what I've been doing since the end of the video is I've let the game play on a little bit so that I can get some of the key repairs out the way. What I've done is I've gone all the way through, repaired all the roads, because if you do get a meteorite strike, repairing the roads is probably one of the most important steps you need to do. And of course the other problem I didn't notice when at the end of the video, was that it actually took out my disaster response building. In fact, it took out several key buildings here. Another one it took out was the police station. So what we're going to do is fix that, but what I'm going to do is put in a large one. I've got some money for it. What we're going to do is put in another really large police station there. You can see that will now give the cover. What we're going to do is unpause the game now and let it run, and while I talk, and to get everything up and running here, what I had to do is put in a disaster response unit up here. And what I've also done is I've put in the deep space radar, which should give me more information about when meteorite's going to come in and where it's going to strike. So what I want to do really in this area here is fix this up before we move forward. You can see the disaster helicopters are still flying over. Well, I mean, I can rebuild this, but I'm going to move that eventually, because this is one thing you've got to do when a disaster hits, is you've got to allow the disaster response unit to clear the areas out so that areas can get rebuilt up again. I mean, the alternative is you just knock them down and away you go. And I think what we're going to do is just put in we need to put a road in across here. And I've been looking at this area here. I'm not too sure what I want to do there, but I think we need to mark it. So what we're going to do is here we got a little bit of a problem here. And I've got this park here, which I really would like to move. I think we put that there. And then what we can do is drop in some residential here. And I did get a couple of comments about the disasters, and I'm going to be completely honest, guys. I stopped using disasters as part of the game way back. Well, when was it? When Green Cities came out, and let's just knock this out here. I think we'll put low density here. And when Green Cities came out, I disabled disasters because I was very much focused on the new DLCs that were coming out. I think after this experience, I'm going to go back to playing with disasters on all the time, because I actually quite enjoy it. Because I'm really starting to enjoy the random elements. Look at that, you see I've missed a key road there. This is one thing you've got to look at, because if you don't repair the roads, what happens is, you can see here, these don't get repaired, and this is why you got the problems here. But what should happen now is the disaster response teams will get in here. You can see them just turning up, and they will then clear this buildings and life will go. So in some ways they act like an auto bulldozer. So what we're going to do with this area here, I mean, we can just check here, and we could make it into, I mean, we got demand for commercial, we got demand for industrial. I mean, the other area I was working on was up here with my small industrial area here. And the other thing I was thinking is that I put this area in, and I cut, and we got this area here. And what I'm thinking is, we got here, this is a raised district, this paint district, and what I'm going to do is come in here, because I created this as an oil industry, but then I put generic industry in, and I'm thinking that what I want to do is put that in as, and I know it's going to give me a little bit of a hit, because I've done it, that they're all going to leave, and it's going to hit me. But I think it would look good have the industry up here reflects the way So what we're going to do is just bring that out like that. Just make sure we got the coverage. Yeah, we got the coverage there. And what we're going to do is put some more oil industry out like this. And what should happen is the buildings in here should disappear and then come back in with, yeah, where goods from oil limited. So you can see what we will now have areas like that. And if I can come out 440 here, I think it's going to look really good to have the more generic type industry reflect the specialist industries, which I put in here. I mean, we're getting a little bit of oil in. We're not going to make a vast amount of oil, but hopefully we'll be able to get enough so we can level up and unlock a plastics plant. You can see here. So yeah, we got the refined oil company in here as well now. So I think that's working quite well. And what we're going to do now is come here. I mean, I could help. Oh no, you can see it is rebuilding as the demand comes in. And that's the reason why the residential bar is not moving up. I'm kind of, what would I like to do here? I think we can knock, maybe just knock this down a little bit, and maybe build a road in like this. It's going to be, I mean, we got we can cut through like this. I mean, it's going to be fairly steep in. We could probably put another one through here like this, and the roads are going to be, I don't really want to put a bridge over the top of it. So if we come down, maybe we'll just drop, because we might as well mark this properly to represent the major event that hit the city. Oops. So I'm not that good with this tool. I've never been a big fan of it. And again, I haven't really used it substantially since I... Yeah, so we got a little bit of a road down like through there, which will connect through. And if I remember correctly, I'll find it actually. No, I think it's in here. Let's see. Here we are. Maybe we can get in. Get Meteor Park in the center. I mean, it is a meteor crater, so if we put Meteor Park in here, and maybe we can get a little bit of a smidge of a road out that way. Oops. Okay. Maybe we're wow. Well, we could put maybe a few. Don't want to put too much in here. Maybe we'll just put a few small offices in like this. And this is a. We could probably get, because this area was very predominantly commercial. I mean, just have a look. What is here? Okay, we've got a large playground. We can rebuild that. That will increase the. So that where you've got those symbols, it is a building that can be rebuilt. Oh, we got another damaged road in here. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to see them. But so if you ever see abandoned buildings like that, always check the road status first, just to make sure that everything's going okay. Let's just have a look at the. Yeah, we don't really have a. I mean, we could just sneak in. So when you get disasters, you want to look at it as an opportunity to rebuild the city rather than a disaster that's damaged your city. And I think what we can do is just sneak in a path through there. Oh, the music's paused. I have to admit, guys, that every time the music now pauses, I get a little bit. Yeah, that's not going to go up over there, but I think the single path there. We could put in, say, something like that. You can still hear the helicopters overhead, and that maybe that can flow into there. Just gonna put the grid back on. The helicopters are still working overhead, repairing the city. I think that's about it. We'll just leave a little bit. Maybe eventually this will. Maybe we'll make that a little bit deeper. Put that in like that. And maybe we'll put some trees in, just to soften the edge up a little bit. I mean, it's a city monument now that we've got here. To put that here. I'm just going to put across here like this. Yeah, I quite like that. Once we get a few offices buildings tucked in there as well, I think that'll look pretty good actually. Not sure. Sauna. Yeah, you've got damaged road. I'm seeing there's another damaged road there. We need to connect in. And I can't. I think this is just a knockover from the fact that I hadn't repaired that road. And what I want to do now is move this, but we got one disaster response there, and kind of like the idea of putting a. I don't want a major road out here, so I think what we can do is just put a road out like that. And you can, well, we have to take out that. Of course, we got slope too steep here. I mean, is that a highway? Let's upgrade this. And we'll speed this up. That should speed that up. Yeah, I should have made this into highway when I built it. And what I can do now is we get here and be able to hook this up, and then just reverse this direction here. Sorry, this is going to be predominantly a repair the city type area here, and what we're going to do is pick up that disaster response area. We're going to put you out here, right on the edge of the map, nice and safe. Then that leaves this area here. And what we're going to have to do is fill this in now. Road there. I think what we can do is just get you across like that. You in like that. And maybe we'll just push this road up like that. And of course what we're going to do is look a path through there. I mean, I know we're going to drive the residents out, but we got a little bit of demand for commercial. I mean, this is a noisy area, so we could put a little bit of commercial there. Some office up through like that. Maybe a little bit on the corner there. And then what we can do is turn this into high density residential here, like that. And I think just to drive the land value up a little bit. Find it. And maybe we can put a park in there like that as well. Actually, one thing I am going to do, emergency services. What we're going to do is just put a earthquake sensor in there. This is another part of the emergency disaster response. I haven't put any shelters in. Maybe I probably won't do it in this series, but maybe a series in the future. Yes, you've got a weather radar as well. Okay, let's put a weather radar in. Well, because one disaster we haven't had, and it's probably one of the most devastating of all the disasters that can actually hit the city, is a tornado. Because it can often, if you get a big one, it can literally cut a swathe through the city. But that's the one though where you do really need to have the shelters more than anything else. What is this here? What's this actually? Not enough educated workers. Okay, it looks like we may have a problem with education. Yeah, I think probably the truth be known is we probably lost a school here. There's a metro there, so I think if we drop a school in there, yeah, I would guess that what's happened is we lost a school here. So what we can do is get another one there. We'll get a couple of schools in. That should help. Oops, put the wrong type of school down. So yeah. This is too big. Yeah, I've got a feeling there was probably a high school in here as well. Let's just find the metro stations. Yeah, there's a metro station over here. So we could get there's a path there. I don't really want to knock the path down. If we put a high school in there, what that should do is start to... Yeah, we're still a little bit low, but I think we can work with that in the long term. And of course, let's get down to the business of the video. Let's check our university. I've been playing on slow speeds. Speed up a little bit. What have we got here? We're a bit low on students, but then we've just had a meteorite strike. Maybe they're a bit more focused on other things, and it looks like we're actually subsidizing our campus at the moment with our staff and our sports expenses. It goes quiet again. Every time the music goes quiet like that, it clicks in my head thinking there's an announcement going to come. And I mean, how are we doing here? I mean, I haven't seen this. So far we've lost one here. And we've won and lost. Okay. When I could... what we got here? Subsidised youth expenses. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I mean, we're making loads of cash, so there's no point worrying too much. We're just going to let the university run. Oops. What about this? Let me just... Let's see what we can put in here in the form of emergency response. Actually, this... I mean, I could put a police helicopter depot here. We'll just sneak a road across like that. See. Wow. Okay. Put that in. That would get these agencies up and running. And I'm just going to check. Where is it? That's Mulberry Square. Where's the... Now this is level 5. And of course what we don't have here is this running yet because we don't have plastics. I think what we're going to do is get rid of these buildings here. Have a look at the zoning. Sometimes when the zoning gets distorted, it's actually easier to... What is this here? Yes, this is a police headquarters. Move them over a little bit like that. That would get rid of those tiny little buildings there. And then what we should be able to do is zone in that area there. And we'll just put in a bit of low density there, and we got a gap here. So what I could do is just get it. Was de-zone that because that's rubbish, and I think we're zoning more office there. A little bit of spur there, which could be useful because we put in a road in like that, and then what we could do health-wise, put in a sauna there. That would get the land value up, and everyone's there. Live and learn, education. Yeah, I think that's working pretty well. Traffic's flowing really well at the moment, and just my instinct is now we need to work on the metro, because we've got a half circle here, so I think maybe it's time to work on it. So what we're going to do is put a road through to about there. Maybe. And we're going to put a road down to there, and we can hook that through there like that. We want to keep this industrial area growing. But at the same time, we could, we've got industrial area here which will grow out this way. What we could do is bring in, we got the farming area here, which is a little bit of the wrong position, but I'm quite happy with the way that's actually growing. Let's just have a quick look at always fun. I mean, this is now a level 5 farm. So what we could do is, let me just put the metro. Let's put a road across like this. So we'll hook up. We'll put, put another one across. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then what we're going to do is put the metro, put a metro station about there, another one there. So if I put in a metro station about there, then we should be able to hook that to there, that to there, and that to there. Now comes the fun part, guys, because what I've got to do is hook this, and we're going to have to hook this out to here. Actually, what I'm probably going to do is, I think what we will do is just public transport, metro line. Which one is this? No, that's pale blue. You're the one I want to delete. And then what we're going to do is just going to run this as a two-way circle here, like this. We'll get power to that metro station eventually. And then we're going to run them back the other way like this. Just going to get that running. We've got no water, but that's okay. We're going to fix this. It's going to come out here. Of course, we're going to build a proper grid from now on, one that will ensure that this actually would be easier just to do this and go outwards. Maybe we just want to definitely get an overlap. Maybe one more like that. So what we're going to do is, what we're effectively doing here is creating a mini town across here. But there we go. Finger twitch just at the last moment. Let's just push that out that way. You can come across like that. And what we're going to do is zone in a whole big area here as office blocks so that we can have some office specialization there. We can where's the the metro station is. Congratulations, Sterling Oil Products has reached level 2. We've now got a petrochemical plant, and of course what more importantly, we've got a household plastic factory. So what we're going to do is just get this in. I want this zoned in as quickly as possible before. Actually, that's fine. Okay, get a file there, guys. So it's going to zone in this area here like that. And I think just so that I can work on the oil parts, I'm aware time is pushing on. I'll hook that through there, and then we'll push that road through like that, and just get this area filled in quite nicely like that, because the game is at an angle. I'll fill that in there, and that will start to suck up the requirements there. I'm just going to fill a little bit of offices. Nope, don't want offices on that road because it's of course a problem. In fact, we don't want any offices on that corner, but we can have offices on that side, and I think we will have offices there, and that will allow. And we've got power problems. Okay. Yep. You come through there like that. Actually, just check power and water. Water's good. Power's good. I think the various edicts are kicking in quite well. Right, so we've now got this area here, Hyde Park, and what I want to do is just to wind this video up because I'm aware that time is pushing on a little bit. And let's have a look at industries. So what we got here, the oil industry, isn't it? We got let's have a look, petrochemical plant, oil sludge pyrolysis plant. What you produce, is that plastics? Petrochemical plants take oil and uses fluid catalytic cracking to produce olefins, which are bases of polymers. And okay, let's get one of these in. And you're actually producing plastics. That's exactly what I want. So you're going to need oil shipped in, and what we're going to need now is a warehouse here. If we can find a unique factories warehouse, and if we put a small, okay, and we have you next door, and so you can now have that there. And what we're going to do is bring this in, maybe like that, and we can get back to the oil industry. Yeah, we can get this here. Yeah, I think we'll get another one in here. What have we got here? And we got the sludge pipes. So, and there's no point having drilling rigs because there's nothing here to drill. We can get some workers barracks in, that might help. We can drop some workers barracks in here as well. Just check where the metro line is. The metro line's over there, but that should be okay. People will walk if they're given the opportunity. We're still getting more demand for commercial, so I think we can drop more commercial in here. that's backing up on this farm, but we've got a little bit of area here. I mean, I'm not sure I want to develop the farm anymore. And we've got a metro link there, so what we can do is drop that road through there. And that means if anyone comes up to this metro station, they can walk into this area if they need it. We've got the metro station in the center there. And I think things are looking pretty good, guys. Our little meteor site here is looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, we've got a little bit of an occlusion here. They've got a bit of a, they need steps ready to get up here, but we've got people now visiting Meteor Park. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. And I think that's an interesting feature. You can see the city's battle scars now. It's pretty good fun, actually. And we've got this area here. I mean, I do really want to work on this area here. Just have a quick check. So we go up one more level. So if we can get to a population of 42,000, we can then unlock another tile. And if we can unlock another tile, we can then start thinking about building our new university town out here. Probably would come this way, just to show you. I think we would probably push out a tile that way so that we can open an access road here. I wouldn't want to develop this junction. I want to develop that junction there. So I think that's, but that would be for as soon as we get to 42,000. We've got 6,000 population to go, so we're gonna have to try and drive and grow the city a little bit. And we've got a fire station here. Okay, I should have known what we'd need. Fire coverage. Let's just get fire coverage in. The police in. Maybe you can contribute from this side like that. Of course, we'll have to work on the education, elementary school. Yeah, and if we put the elementary school in this area here, which isn't growing anyway, that will, it means students will travel round to here. I think we'll also get let's put an Institute of Creative Arts in rather than a high school. To really start to push that education, and they will be close to 2 metro stations. So that should help. Actually, this just, how's the traffic flow? The traffic flow is still at 90%. That's good. I think this just start to really push the high school education. Got a gap there. What you got here? Right, academic year. So we are now acclaimed. So we now have a, what we got here? So we've now got a trade school auditorium, trade school bookstore, trade school laboratories. We've got sponsorship deals, and we've had 2 toga parties. Okay, so let's just get into here. So we are now level 4. Academic works. Okay, let's just we've got to do IT and engineering. Varsity sports, what we got here. Have a quick look here. I mean, I actually haven't even looked at this. So what we got here. Funding. Cheerleading budget. Okay. Oh, yes. I hadn't even known. I didn't even know this was here. So maybe we're get some coaching in. Maybe we're increase the price of our tickets. So we got basketball. We've won 3, lost 2, cancelled there. We've won 1, lost 4. Maybe we do need to work on our coaching staff here. So okay. Team identity. Fucking Broncos, Chirpers, Eagles, Lions, Spartans. Okay, this team. So we're the Alligators. Let's go for green. I think that green goes for the Alligators. Okay, to be completely honest, guys, I was totally unaware any of that was there. We got fan club support. What was that? They cost 187 of advertisement campaign. 200. I mean, we're making plenty of. Come on, this sponsorship deals. And decreases the upkeep cost of campus Veracity Sports by 8%. Charge for the Veracity logo to sponsor brand. Okay. Oh yeah, come on, let's whack it all in, guys. Let's have a really good Veracity Sports element to the game. Not that I know anything whatsoever about Veracity Sports living in the UK. It's not something that I actually grew up with. So if I'm treating this in the wrong way, guys, feel free to point it out. And I think just come here. What is it? The engineering college. What was it? We unlocked everything now. So what we got here? Trade school, bookstore. Let's get this in. Will that fit? Okay, let's put oh, we can put the bookstore down here. And we got to get some laboratories in. I mean, what would be a university without some form of laboratories? So, info. So we need to get our attractiveness up. I mean, there's still some nice gaps here, which we can fill stuff in with. There's nothing here. We got here cafeteria, commencement office. Oh, this is what we've just been looking at. We got an auditorium. Wow, because some of these buildings are just so big. I mean, we get it in here. Bookstore, laboratory, auditorium. Let's put that in there. That. We're just going to fill this area in. Students here. Let's just check. I mean, I don't know if this is actually part of the university, but I would have thought that you would have a health regime here. And of course, heaven forbid that maybe we'll put a crematorium in as well. And I mean, presume we got some, maybe because this is a sports area, we'll just get some police in. I mean, this is purely aesthetic, guys. You don't need to do it. Yeah, we've got a bit of a problem here. So this road out here. So we're going to probably need to develop this area from a residential perspective. So what we're going to do is let's put a community school here, I think. High school is still marginal. My instinct would be to try and get a high school in here. Oh, that. I'd like to have. Maybe this isn't. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Come on. Get that there. Of course, with the angle here, probably mean that get an Institute of Creative Arts. Oh, come on. Anyway, we put another road in just behind like that. We should be able to get. Yeah. That's going to drive the education even more. So that's looking good. Let's have a quick look at the. We're set to lose one campus reputation over the end of this academic year. Let's fill the reputation requirement to maintain your current level. Okay, so we're not getting enough students in. How's my halls of residence? Yeah, well, that's okay. So if you don't maintain the reputation, you actually lose it. Interesting. Okay, let's just start to pull some students in. Not getting enough academics, so we need to get more students in. Okay, let's just keep building this up a little bit. And it could be down to the fact that my city, or what we get here, grade school academic status. I'm not sure what this is, but just what is it? Academic statue. What am I on about? So we get a statue there. Trade school auditorium, trade school laboratories, paths. What else we got here? It's actually duplicating. Yeah, another. Wow, that's big. Look too steep. Okay, we're in a situation now where things might implode a little bit. Maybe we'll just put that in there. And of course, we've got the campus can come out this way. So, wow, our university capacity is well over here. Okay, let's just get back to here. I think we're going to get to the 1200 before the end of the academic year. I mean, we got massive student capacity. It's just building this attractiveness. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Obviously, maintaining university status and standards is something you really need to think about. I actually quite like this campus. Of course, what we will be doing is starting another university over there. We've got massive demand for residential, so we're going to have to work on that. But that's all going to be for the next part. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.